Hello friends, and welcome to a new happy learning video. Today we're going to learn about one of the most friendly and fun mammals, presenting the dolphin. Dolphins are aquatic mammals which live in most seas around the world. Dolphins have dorsal fins on the top part of their body and two lateral fins as well as a tail flap called a fluke, which they use to beat the water in an up and down motion, allowing them to swim at great speeds as well as completing agile jumps out of the water. Did you know that dolphins don't have a nose? They have a beak and they breathe through a hole above their head. Can you see it? Well, this hole is called the blowhole, and they close it every time they go underwater, so as not to let water come into their lungs. Dolphins can submerge themselves up to 300 meters deep and can hold their breath for almost 25 minutes. Do you know how dolphins sleep? It is really curious, because they sleep in sections. First, half of their brain and half of their body goes to sleep. And when that part wakes up, the other half goes to sleep. It is for this reason that they sleep with one eye open, always aware of what is going on around them. Like this, they are always alert. Dolphins belong to the cetaceous family, like whales. The average length of a dolphin is around 4.5 meters, which is the length of a normal car, and they weigh about 300 kilos. For orientation, dolphins use a system called echolocation. The sounds the dolphin emits travels through the water until it rebounds off an object found in its path and sends it back to the dolphin. Now the dolphin can calculate how far away the object is, its size, and its shape. Dolphins are carnivorous. Their main source of food is based on crustaceans, fish, squid, and octopus. Dolphins, like all other animals, are viviparous, and the gestation period of a dolphin is 12 months. During the first month of a baby's life, it feeds on the mother's milk, and then the baby is taught how to hunt by other members of its family. Dolphins are not scared of humans, and when they encounter them, they are very friendly. They are really playful and curious animals. Dolphins tend to live in a group and are extremely intelligent. As they are together in a group, they help each other by defending off sharks and orcas by butting them with their strong beak. But do you know what the dolphin's biggest problem is? The humans. It is because of the humans hunting them and contaminating the waters, which is causing many dolphins to die. Many dolphins have been trapped in fishermen's nets or suffocated with plastic bags and rubbish which has been thrown into the sea. But this is a problem happening not just for the dolphins, but for many other marine species, such as turtles and seals. It is for this reason that it is just so important to look after our seas and oceans, and that we should never, ever, ever throw anything into the water. If we maintain nature clean, dolphins, as well as all living creatures, will be very happy. So goodbye for now, and don't forget to subscribe to Happy Learning.
There are 5 behaviours we want you to focus on today. Though these may differ slightly between species or may appear to be similar to another behaviour, this section is all about taking the time to stop and observe instead of racing straight in. This way you'll be able to minimise any unintentional disturbance, and in return you'll likely get a much better viewing opportunity. As you can see, when dolphins are milling, they are really just mooching around. They don't have anywhere in particular they need to be, and they're having fun just relaxing, just like a lazy weekend really. Sometimes while they're milling, they can also be seen playing or socialising. So during this time you may find dolphins more open to coming over for a closer look. As you can see, when dolphins are travelling, they really are on the move. Just as we don't like to have unexpected visitors turn up on our doorstep as we're rushing out the door, Dolphins don't particularly want you to join them during this time either. They're on a mission, so best to follow from behind and to the side and travel slowly with them. Once they reach their destination, they may very well be more open to interacting. Mealtime though is just as important to dolphins as it is for us. We don't particularly like being interrupted by hordes of people coming into our homes when we've sat down for dinner. Well, neither do dolphins. They work really hard to find and capture their food, so the last thing they want us to do is get in their way or scare it off. Dolphins feed in a variety of ways. Some will chase individual fish in the shallows, whereas these dusky dolphins work together to corral schooling fish and then take turns picking them off. Could you imagine spending an hour cooking your favourite dinner to have someone come in and throw it out? It might seem a bit extreme, but imagine these dolphins spending just as long corralling this bait ball to the surface to then have a boat drive through the middle of it, dispersing all of the fish. So if you think dolphins may be feeding, give them some space, or perhaps leave them to it. If you do want to stay, then if possible turn your engines off and just sit back and watch nature at its best. You never know what you might see. Did you know when dolphins sleep they shut down half their brain at a time? The other half is responsible for making sure the dolphin surfaces to breathe and is also aware of its surroundings. Sleeping or resting for dolphins is a very important time. It allows them to recharge their batteries, similar to what we do when we're sleeping. During this time, dolphins can come together in a close pod and move very slowly through the water, generally with a few on the outside keeping an eye out for predators. At other times they may hang, motionless in the water near the surface, coming up to breathe every now and then. Now imagine a boat speeding past while this is happening, or trying to get up close to get a closer look. Unfortunately, in some areas this does happen to dolphins on a regular basis, and their chances to have uninterrupted rest is significantly reduced. Just like us, they need to properly rest to be able to optimally perform important daily activities, such as foraging and looking after their young. So if from a distance they appear to be moving slowly through the water, or not moving very much at all, it's likely they're resting. So please keep a distance from them, keep your speed low to minimise that underwater noise, and continue on your way. They may perhaps be awake and ready to play on your return. Sorry folks, no video for this one for obvious reasons, but it's important to note, if dolphins are actively swimming away from you or diving and popping up a distance away, these are signs they are evading you and don't want to interact, so heed their wishes and leave them to it. Now we know a bit about dolphin behaviour and what to look for, how can we make sure we do the right thing when we're out on the water? Well, a really easy way is to remember to be sad. So slow down. When you see dolphins, make sure you slow down to 5 knots within 300 metres. Then assess the situation. Are there other boats already viewing? What behaviour does a pod appear to be exhibiting? Then from a distance you can observe and make the call whether or not to go in for a closer look, view them from a distance, or continue on your way. If you do decide to view them, make sure you approach carefully from the rear and to the side, and once you're ready to leave, please depart carefully. Check around your boat or vessel and under your props. Slowly move to the side or drop behind the pod, and at 5 knots, slowly move away. For dolphins, you can gradually increase this to 10 knots to outdistance them if it's required. If you remember to be sad, then the marine mammals will be happy.
Have you ever seen a dolphin that jumps like this? The spinner dolphin is a true athlete of the seas. Found all over the world in huge pods of up to 200, these dolphins have been known to gather in superpods of more than 1,000 and megapods of over 3,000. But why do they spin? Well, there are a few theories. Some think that the sound of the slap as the dolphin belly flops back into the water lets the rest of their pod and even distant dolphins know where they are. Others speculate that the splash helps the dolphin accent an emotion, kinda like we do with an exclamation point, communicating things like happiness, anger, or fear. And some observers feel that they spin above the surface to rid themselves of parasites. Although no one's 100% sure why they do it, the spinner dolphin is surely one of the most incredible animals on Earth.
So here we just had a group of common dolphins, and as you can see, they're really social animals, so they live in groups. The main behavior that we were observing was really socializing, so you could see them a lot of interactions between the individuals, so a lot of pectoral fins touching each other, rubbing, a little bit of chasing, a lot of belly-to-belly behaviors. A lot of jumps as well. We saw a lot of noisy leaps, a lot of clean re-entries, and this is also a group of adults right here that has just been like mating between them and chasing each other and just belly to belly all the time.